Timbr Media is brought to you by The Jerky Outlet, Michigan's ultimate stop for premium protein-packed fuel. Whether you're gearing up for a long hunt or kicking back at camp, their incredible selection of domestic and wild game options will keep you going strong. With multiple locations across East Michigan and nationwide shipping at thejerkyoutlet.com, you're never far from the best jerky around. So before your next hunt, stock up at The Jerky Outlet because the great outdoors deserves great jerky. That's thejerkyoutlet.com. Welcome to the Shooting the Shit podcast, where we take you behind the sights and into the wild. From the thrill of the hunt to the lessons we've learned in the field, we're here to share our stories, tips, and the answers to the burning questions every hunter wants to know. That being said, let's gear up and dive in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shooting the Shit podcast, brought to you by Timbr Media. As always, I'm Evan, here with Derek.
Yep.
Today, we are going to be diving into the topic of, is camo important? Is your camo pattern important?
Yeah, I guess more pattern than camo in general. Obviously, camo is important.
I guess you can make, that's definitely true, but you could also make the argument that, is it? I mean,
I guess old timers did hunt in like blue jeans
and flannels. That's what I'm saying. You go out in your red flannel and your blue jeans and you sit there and you kill a deer.
I hear you. No, it's just very interesting. You see how much people pay attention to like their camo patterns and what they wear, and it's just kind of I don't want to say it's confusing because obviously people like what they like. If it looks good, they're gonna like it more. So I guess just kind of go into what me personally. I use VSX camo, which is it True Timbr? Yeah, it's True Timbr VSX.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of like a gray green.
It's like a gray. I don't know. It's very like splotchy, I would say. Yeah. Like it's not your typical like woodsy camo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like True Timbr's newer camo, like Strata, Prairie, VSX. Like they're not like your typical camo pattern, I would say.
Right.
And I feel like you see a lot of brands switching over to that, especially since like all the Gore-Tex stuff.
It is
like,
a newer pattern for sure.
Yeah. Like, especially, I don't know, Gore-Tex took off with Sitka and everything, and then Kuiu started doing it.
The Verde.
And everything just kind of switched over, and, you know, when I first started hunting, everything was, I'll be honest, it was Meyer, like, Habit gear.
Oh, dude, I used to rock. That was my first set.
Yeah, it was my first set of camo, and it was so nice, but obviously that stuff is like very woodsy and like it has like trees and mossy oak type stuff
for sure,
and you just don't see that anymore. The only what's True Timbr's one Kanadi,
that's the leafy.
Yeah, it's the leafy like woodsy stuff, and I don't know, I feel like that's one of the last ones that they're pushing out now.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, True Timbr kind of has like 20 different patterns. Right. It's kind of weird to compare them all because they have like snow patterns, they have woods patterns, they have mountain patterns, they have prairie patterns. But yeah, I mean, it all kind of comes down to, in my opinion, I think you could wear a different pattern of camo on every different part of your body and it wouldn't make a difference.
I used to do that too, man. Yeah. I used to wear like, I had like a Habit coat with like another coat over it that was like an old school hand-me-down, and then I had like these crazy pants. I don't even know, they were just like some snow pants with this random pattern on them they've never seen before, and I don't know, I never saw a deer, so I
can't put it to the test.
I can't put it to the test, but I do agree with what you're saying. I don't really think it matters.
No, I mean, obviously camo's there to break up color. Kind of put less emphasis on sharp edges on your clothes, you know, reds and squares and circles. Right. So, I mean, camo is there to break up color, not necessarily add it to the background. Because, honestly, if you ask me, especially, like, white-tailed deer, I don't think they can see as good as people think.
I don't think they can, no.
I think what they pick up mostly is movement.
For sure.
So,
I don't know, like you said, if you have, like, a plaid shirt on and you're moving around up in a tree, they're going to see it.
Yeah, they're going to see you. But, I mean, I've had scenarios where, you know, I've been walking in the woods out of season and walk up on a deer, and if you just don't move, they just kind of sit there and look at you.
They know that you're there, but
less alarming.
Yeah.
But so I guess this sums up the whole podcast. But no, camo patterns though. I guess do you think there should be a preference from every different like species? And what's
I don't know about species per se, but I think that depending on where you're hunting is where it becomes more important. Obviously, if you're going out west, I wouldn't recommend wearing your VSX.
Yeah, it's less greeny.
Right. I would say, you're going to want to switch to a lighter, more tan color, like a more light brown tan. But, I don't know. It's just kind of, I think it's more area compared to species. The only species that I really have right now that I think it matters a lot, and we've talked about this a lot previously, is turkey.
Yeah.
Because everything I hear about turkey is they're just so visual. And
they can see so good.
And so I think when it comes to an animal like that, that's when you need to get like your full like leafy suit, like wear your full face mask, like just fully be camoed out,
break up all that color,
know where you're gonna sit at so you can hide yourself even better, have a good backdrop, everything like that. And I think that's something to look into also is if you're going out into the woods and your backdrop is one color and you're wearing a different color, I feel like that could could have a little effect.
You're less of a background as you are just like in the center of the picture.
Right.
Like they're gonna be able to pick you out just because you don't look like everything else.
Right. So I think situation is more important, but I don't know. I guess it's hard because I know there's guys out there who are gonna say like you need a different camo for every species, and I don't know. I just use the same for all of it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I wish I could tell you what I grew up with. It was a lot of like Kanadi stuff. Like I might not have been Kanadi, but it was probably like just leafy, look like the
woodsy
stuff.
Camo. Yeah.
And I feel like it's hard to believe that people gear towards like the Optifades and stuff like that. Because like I mean, like pixelated camo. Maybe there's something about it, but
I could be wrong on this, but I've heard along the way that basically the pattern is like so down to every pixel, and it's such a science because apparently the pixels and the way they're lined up is supposed to like mess with the deer's eyes, and when they're looking at that pattern, as long as the color is somewhat the same, you're invisible.
Really?
So they can't figure out that pattern, and I don't know if that's truly how it works or how that would work, how they would understand what the deer can see and what they can't. But I guess the Gore-Tex and all the pixely stuff, I don't know. I think it's better for out west. I don't think it should be like a Michigan thing. So? I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's hard to say because we can't look through the eyes of the animals we hunt.
Right.
But I don't know. Every time I see Optifade, I just don't understand the appeal. Like I've seen people hunt in all Sitka Optifade gear.
Yeah.
And they come out and they just, I don't know. I feel like they're bright.
Yeah.
I feel like Optifade's very bright, and I don't like lean towards that. I'd rather be like dull and like very like matte colors.
Yeah, just blend in. You just want to blend in, especially in that late season. Like when everything's gray and all the leaves are gone.
Yeah, when nothing's there.
You just want to blend.
Yeah, you just got to look like the environment.
And then you come out there in your Optifade, which is either like bright green and gray and whatever, or bright tan and brown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it can stick out a little more. So don't get me wrong. I think Sitka has some cool stuff. I think that they have some cool jackets and everything. And the Optifade looks cool to me, but I just don't find it worth it to go out and spend $300-$400 on one piece of clothing.
Yeah, no, especially the price point.
Oh my god!
I mean, we could talk about that, I guess, a little bit. I mean, obviously, a lot of price point in camo comes down to the materials, the Gore-Tex, what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, in what world can you tell me that Sitka's pants are worth $400? I'd never do it.
I don't feel like I could. I
could win the lottery. I'd never do it. No, just because it just feels ridiculous. It feels so.
I mean, what are you
out of the ordinary?
What are you seriously gaining from spending that $400 on one article of clothing?
Yeah, and like I understand like the Gore-Tex materials and like super nice materials. I understand all that. But there's other companies that do Gore-Tex. I mean, the Cabela's brand stuff has Gore-Tex in it.
Oh, absolutely.
And they have like, what's it called? Bone Dry?
Bone Dry.
I mean, that's just like knockoff Gore-Tex.
Mm-hmm.
So all these other companies have that stuff for a fraction of the price. So
it gets to a point where you're just paying for a name, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely.
And it sucks because, I don't know, the thing about Sitka is they just have such a cult following behind them. feel like any guy who can go out there and buy Sitka is gonna buy Sitka because everything you hear is, it's the best.
Yeah, but you hear such great things about Sitka, and I don't know. I feel like it's just such a war. Like you see a lot of like really hard, passionate hunters wearing Sitka.
Yeah.
But then, like, you talk to, like, people like my family and stuff. They
God.
They hate Sitka just because of the price point.
They would give you so much shit if you came up and just started wearing Sitka,
it would be brutal.
Can you imagine if you went to the cabin and wearing full Sitka?
I'd sleep on the pavement. You don't even got pavement. I'd sleep on the grass.
On the grass, out in the yard. Yeah,
no,
I mean, it would be terrible.
Be
but in a way, I can agree with them. I just don't think it's worth it. But as I kind of said it earlier, I think when you're going out west, I can see that being a different story. I feel like the Sitka stuff is more sculpted for the huge game hunts, like going out hiking through the mountains. And I don't know, is that like where they started, or how did I don't know how they started at all.
I wish I knew where Sitka was headquartered. I guess I can look it up.
I don't know, but
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I've never been out west, and I guess it's such a hard thing because you can't test to see if your pattern works.
Right.
There's no way of ever knowing, so you just almost have to make a
guess. I don't know.
Right?
But I don't know if I would go out there and I'm not going out there in Kanati and walking through the plains to look for.
It's Montana.
Is it Montana? So yeah, I mean they're like mountainous.
Dude, everything is in Bozeman, Montana.
Really? What else is in Bozeman?
Montana. Meat Eater. That's where Meat Eater's headquartered. Boy, mind blanking. Phillips Game Calls is out there. I feel like that is just like the hunting headquarters.
Bozeman. Shout out Bozeman, Montana.
Dude, I tell you what, I'd move there in a heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd move there in a heartbeat.
Montana is such an incredible place.
My lady would never let me, but I would go there in a heartbeat.
But, I mean, I don't know. I guess Camo's just such a tough thing because it comes, I don't know, I'm so picky about it. I don't know about you, but I just want everything to match. Like, all my camo, I want it to match.
I don't know. I feel like going out hunting is a lot of, like, a confidence thing.
Yeah.
And, like, if I stepped out of the house wearing, like, a different color pattern on everything, I don't think it'd affect my hunting abilities.
No.
But, like, maybe my personal confidence. I feel like I look like a clown.
That's part of the reason I was like a little bit going back and forth on that shotgun yesterday. I guess we can talk about that for a second.
Spill the beans.
So as many of you know, before we've talked about it, I was shotgunless, but as of yesterday, that has changed.
Brutal.
So yesterday we went out to a clay course where we walked through the woods. How many clays did we shoot? 50? 50 clays yesterday. Our shoulders are a little bruised up and sore. But I had the opportunity, Guns and Gear out at Blendin' Pines, shout out to them. They do a thing where you can rent a gun from them, get a free trial of it, go shoot clays with it. And if you end up purchasing the gun, they'll take the rental price off. And it's just a really good deal all around.
And super cool guys too. I mean, we did the Pheasants Forever stuff with them, and honestly, I mean, I've been to a lot of gun stores. I mean, they're out kind of in like the boondocks, but honestly, it's like a really welcoming experience. Like that, and the course was like way more beautiful than I thought it was gonna be.
Absolutely, there's so many situations. I mean,
so many like ponds.
Yeah,
and, like how you got to get up in the stands and shoot down and cross each. I mean, they really have
a rabbit out there.
A rabbit where it just rolls it.
Yeah, I mean. It was pretty sweet, and I don't know, the guys, whenever we go there already are, like, remembering us, they recognize us, like, they're just great guys out there, and they take good care of you, so, anyway, I picked up, it is a Weatherby Element Waterfowl edition. It's a mossy oak, like, grassy, marshy camo, but I guess that's kind of like where my toss-up was, is it's not going to match any of my camo right now.
Dude, you know what you should have hit up on? And I don't know if Cabela's is still doing this, but they had their clearance event where they had like half off prices, and a lot of it was Drake stuff.
Yeah.
You should have just got. I mean, obviously you couldn't predict you were going to get this gun today,
right.
but that would have been the time to get all that
some
because all that
stuff.
mossy oak
Yeah.
stuff is all their camo patterns.
I don't know. We might look into it for next season.
I think it looks so fly.
I think it would look super sick. Drake is such like I feel like it's such an old school like waterfowl brand.
I love their camo and their like hats and everything.
The old school camo.
The old school, like, man, and that's the thing. Like, I like my VSX, but I almost lean more towards like old school camos.
I know, it's just
like,
it's so
like the mossy
cool,
oaks
dude.
and like I don't know, like super bland stuff. I really love like the old timer camo.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it's called, but all I can.
It's just like a duck camo.
Yeah,
like,
we just call it like old timer camo.
Yeah, old timer
something.
camo. I don't know. It's just like it's tan with like black dots all over.
Yeah,
it.
it's like it looks like the worst camo pattern in the world, but something about it's just like so like
sweet.
maybe like nostalgic or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not into this new fancy age of camos.
I don't know, man. You got all that VSX stuff.
Yeah, but I could lean
brand
away
new.
from it.
Yeah, I could.
If you gave me that same camo in the VSX versus that old timer camo or something,
take the old timer.
I think I would.
I just think it's so. I mean, it worked for him. What makes it different now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It worked for guys back in the day. What makes it different now?
Nothing. You know.
And I guess that's kind of, you can sum that up to a lot of hunting, is they keep making all these advancements and they do, this new thing comes out and this new thing comes out, and it's like, I mean, guys are going out there and sitting in their jeans and waiting for a deer to come by and shooting it. Nothing with them except their gun and, you know, just time. And so that's kind of my whole thing, is you can sum it up to more than just camo. It's just hunting in general. It's just,
yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of like the whole takeaway from this lesson.
Yeah.
Is it's not about your pattern. It's strictly about your ability to hold still, put yourself in the right scenarios, and not mess up your shots.
Right.
I mean that, and like I mean that's what it all boils down to. You know, especially like this year, like I got so high up in that tree when I was saddle hunting.
35 feet. That is a long way up.
You know, I could have been butt naked up there.
No one would have seen you. Yeah.
People would have seen me, but not the deer that walked below me.
Right.
So just putting myself in that position to have that shot just took that element away from it. And I think that's what a lot of it comes down to, is giving yourself the best odds to get the animal you're pursuing. And I think that's where a lot of people get deterred, is they think buying that expensive camo is going to give them a better shot.
I just don't think it will.
I think there's other ways, and I don't think it helps. I'll like go out and say it. I think it helps 0%.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I guess you could kind of tie that in with like, it's like the same guys that go out and buy a $2,000 Hoyt or something and think they're going to be the best archer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to practice. I mean, I guess there's a bigger difference there, though, because there's technological advances there. You know,
I guess, yeah.
Spray painting a new pattern on a shirt isn't technologically advancing. I mean, yes, Sitka can say what they want with their pixelated stuff making you invisible. You're never invisible if you're doing jumping jacks in the woods. Right?
You
So,
know, yeah.
I mean, with the Hoyt bows, or whatever your go-to bow brand is, you know, you got the carbon technology, makes it lighter. I mean, obviously, like, we shoot the bows we have, and I like my bow a lot.
I love my bow,
I'm not against it. I'm not in a big rush to get a new one. But I do see myself getting a new bow in the future.
I just think it's like, I think our bows put us at a good spot to, you know, practice, become better archers.
Master the art.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I think that our bows are kind of a perfect middle ground, I would say. You're not going out and buying like a cheap.
Especially, I mean the discount we got on it.
Absolutely.
It makes it a lot easier to. Because, I mean, if you think about it, them bows are $900. You know?
If not more.
That's not a cheap bow.
I mean, because you got your sight on there, you got everything.
Yeah, by the time you build it out, you're $1,500 deep into a non-name brand bow.
Right, exactly.
And that's pricey.
It's a lot, and so we get good deals on them. But you know, it's not even. You can go out and buy a $1,500 bow that's just bare. That's
the new.
naked.
I mean, shoot, the new RX9 Ultras are $2,200 at MSRP.
Nothing on them.
Yeah, zero and nothing on them. And then you start adding on the. Like drop-aways,
and stabilizers.
Drop-away's gonna be $250. The sight's gonna be $600 now.
Your stabilizers are gonna be a couple hundred.
Like your bow, I mean, I'm sorry.
You're looking at like $3,000 or more. So,
but I mean, I guess you can kind of get into that too. I mean, like bows and guns, all come in like camo patterns.
Right.
I mean, as well as like your wood stock guns, black synthetic stock guns.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that? I guess I'll give you my opinion first. It's looks.
Oh, absolutely. I was just gonna say the exact same thing. I don't know. My bow is black. Your bow is black.
Yeah.
It's not stopped anything yet. I mean,
it's not gonna.
I think it's just kind of to look good. It's
about preference.
Yeah, I mean, some guys prefer a camo bow. Some guys I like a camo gun or a wood stock gun. As long as it can shoot, I don't really think it matters at all.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. My rifle that I bought is in camo. I don't think it matters at all. I wouldn't care if it came in, like a bright orange or something. It's like...
I would stay away from bright orange, but...
Deer can't see orange.
It ain't about deer all the time. No. You don't want every guy that walks out in the woods to be like, is that a guy up there? You want to stay a little bit concealed. Maybe that's the other part of it, too. Like, obviously, like, as hunters, obviously we all appreciate the community and all that stuff. But, I mean, I've met some seriously bad apples, especially up at our property up north.
For sure.
That, I mean, they'll come hunt the tree behind you.
Yeah, just
because they think you
out.
found the spot, and they're going to hunt it. And we've had that scenario where we go out there hunting all year, from the beginning of October through to rifle season.
Yeah.
We set our stands up. We leave them out there. We go out to them every time we go out hunting. And by the time rifle season comes around, some guy comes up the night before, sets up his tree stand right in front of you, and he'll be out there at 3 a.m. to make sure he beats you out there. And then
it's just so annoying.
And
dude.
I guess I can't remember how many years ago it was, but my dad was hunting like the corner of the spot we hunt, and it's all public land, so obviously anyone can hunt it.
Yeah.
And nothing against that, but I mean, I guess there's like a moral thing to it.
It's just like an unspoken
rule.
Like
don't be an asshole about it. I guess I've been trying to stay away from the bad words because my grandma yells at me. But some guy sets up his tree stand right in front of my dad's, goes out there and shoots a buck, and then cuts off the gonads and leaves them on my dad's tree stand. Yeah. Like, that is just so unsportsmanlike. Like, not only did you go out there and put in half the work he did by putting it out early and hunting it, but then you're gonna be like, act like you were the one.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to put it, but like,
I get what you're saying.
You just don't want people to go out there, see your stuff, and do stuff like that. Like, it's just
disrespectful.
You wish you could trust people, but you can't.
You can't. No.
You can't.
Especially when it comes to especially deer. People are just too serious. Yeah.
Michigan, people are very serious about their whitetail deer. And I mean, if you look at the numbers, more people get shot during turkey season than
I believe
any other season. So I guess that's like the other thing. Like, do you want to really look like the ground that much? So that way when you're walking out with a dead turkey, I mean, obviously law states you have to have some sort of orange if you're walking out with a bird. But, when you're walking out with a turkey, do you want to look so much like the woods that he doesn't see you and he sees the bird and just shoots? So,
I guess, yeah. Gosh, you have told me that like 10 times now that people get shot during turkey season.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
We're going out there with unexperienced people.
Right. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
No, I'm not too worried about it at all, honestly.
I don't think it'll be a problem at all, but
just be smart.
Yeah, just don't get...
we're hunting with smart people that know better.
Yeah, I would just also hate to get peppered by a shotgun.
Yeah. But I see one of that happening to one of us one day. Not like...
Oh, my goodness.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Holy cow.
I don't know. I feel like it's more common than people want to, admit. Like...
Getting shot?
Well, you said peppered, right?
Yeah,
and peppered isn't like, I'm holding the gun right here.
It's just like...
Peppered is like, you shot at me and I was, across the field. And, like, the pellets went in my skin. Like, it's like... I guess, like, someone shooting a copper BB gun at you.
It happens. Or, I don't know. I've seen it happen.
The animals.
I've seen it happen where, people will, go to fetch a bird or something, go out and then another group comes in and the BBs come down on them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I can see it happening, but we're very smart hunters, and we take pride in our gun safety as well. So
it's very important.
It's not something that
it's not about your camo. It's about your brain. Using your brain when you're out
weapon
there.
Discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen some people out there with guns who should not have guns, but I don't know. It happens.
Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes it's almost like it's not my job to tell you, but don't put that thing in my face.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. You get uncomfortable sitting out there with someone who doesn't know how to use a weapon, but
if you unplug that computer, I'm gonna. Kick you out.
We got a special guest here today, Mr. Blue.
All right, I guess right as we spoke that into existence, he unplugged the computer.
Blue unplugged the computer. You got a little excited.
But we're back.
We're back.
What are we even yapping about? People putting guns in our faces.
Yeah, I don't like having a gun in my face.
No.
I've seen it happen. It's not fun. I don't know. It just makes you nervous. You just don't. I just don't trust people with guns.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's not like against anyone. It's just guns are.
No, it's against people.
No, I mean certain people. But
certain people. I mean, biggest thing. I mean, all right. Let's get back into the camo part of things.
I guess, yeah.
But
yeah.
So camo. I don't want to say camo doesn't matter because camo matters, but
I just don't think it matters as much as people.
I think you could go out there and buy a can. I mean, then you're kind of diving into smell. But for example's sake, I'll say you could buy a white T-shirt, spray paint it brown and black.
You'd be good to go.
You'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, but you know, to each their own. Whatever you're.
Yeah, go out there and be confident. You know what I mean? Like wear what you like and what obviously you can afford nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean.
But just one thing, if you go out there and wear Strata, just know that that might be the worst camo ever. So,
I don't think Strata. I think Prairie's worse than Strata.
I think that Prairie is like absolutely the best camo ever created.
Let me hear you. Let me hear your defense on that. Why is Prairie the best?
I think that the color palettes blend together better. I think it's more versatile in the woods. I think that they come out with better gear for more situations.
They come out with better gear. It's a pattern.
Well, okay. I think that that True Timbr releases more gear in Prairie that is better for more situations. Don't take that the wrong way. Prairie does not come in many articles of clothing, but the articles of clothing that it does come in is better and more versatile than what Strata or VSX or Canati is. I think that Prairie is the best camo ever created. I'm gonna die on that hill.
For sake of time, we'll stray away from that. I'll let you have your opinion, but it's wrong.
I will die on that
your
hill.
Opinion's wrong, but all right. But no, kind of to wrap things up here, we do have I don't know if we even said it in the last podcast, but we are posting these on YouTube now.
Oh yeah, we are.
So we are recording these and putting them on YouTube. Hopefully that dog better not come back out here. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed the first one. If you haven't, make sure you go check that out or go check this one out.
Yeah.
Probably could have said that at the beginning of the podcast so that way people could turn that off. But yeah, make sure you check out our YouTube channel where we are working on still editing those videos. We're just trying to keep a good, level of I don't want to say consistency.
Yeah, it's
quality.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we don't want to put out some half-assed YouTube videos and just because we need something posted. We want to make sure that the content we're pushing out to you guys is the best of our ability, what we can, the best of what we can put out there. So yeah, it takes time for sure, but I think we're on a good path and we're making some good progress.
Making some serious progress. So. The other thing, I don't remember I think you did say this in last week's too.
T-shirts.
But T-shirts, yeah. So we are coming out with T-shirts.
We're actually leaving tonight.
We're going tonight to make them. We are making them ourselves. So
these will be handmade T-shirts. They're gonna have our Timbr Media logo on them. The only difference is the logo is going to it's
white.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe we should surprise them, but it's gonna be it's gonna be all white. Just kind of more of like a all around versatile logo. It doesn't have all those greens.
Yeah, it's gonna fit the people that aren't necessarily hunters. And I know a lot of people in my family that support our brand and all of our friends and your family as well. I mean, maybe not all of us go out and hunt, but it gives people a way to wear our merchandise, I guess you could call it. Without it being camo. In camo colors.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to wear that stuff like we do. So we're trying to broaden our market, our market segment.
But yeah, I guess just keep an eye out for those.
Yeah,
we got a ton of those coming. I mean, I think we have like 80 something shirts out.
A lot of them coming. So and if you do want one, feel free to send us an email or if you know us, send us a text. We'll put one aside for you.
We'll reserve one.
It'll also kind of allow us to get size.
Yeah.
So that way we know how many of every size we're gonna need. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us. And I mean, as always, we appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to listen to our podcast. And we hope you guys enjoy the video and maybe more videos to come here in the future.
So thank you guys.